Hooray. Well,
My computer decided it was like, the new Microsoft update was like, we should just install Microsoft Edge and then hard lock everything you do out of that unless you agree to these terms. And I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, fine. I guess if you hard lock literally everything, yes.
sorry about that. My power went out.
I'm crying.
Like our power just completely went out for about 3 seconds, which is definitely long enough to shut everything down forever. So that's unfortunate. But what's less unfortunate is that it didn't stay down, so like we're here. I'm gonna throw out a tweetus real quick. It should auto post to the Discord.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I think Shemi and Zinder are backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh, you were in the right slots until Bryn did it. You guys do have to do it all again.
That means Colby and Mana has to do it too.
They just take us down with them.
When he comes back.
When he comes back, you come on.
Right.
You have to wait for him to come on first. It should take at most like 3 seconds. Let me go.
Yeah.
And then Shemi turns on.
Yeah.
And then Colby turns on.
I love hearing that Shemi turning on.
Oh, it's every time you're in the party, man.
Ah, yes.
We did it. We put the cameras in the right order. We're winners. I'm gonna tweet this with this randomly selected GIF I found. There that goes. Okie dokie.
Did you just say GIF?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it
You wanna
GIF?
fight about it?
GIF? What exactly is it? I think it's.
What it is?
Oh shit! My phone's out, man. Fucking done. Was it me or was it you? Because I hope it was you.
He just shows up in the background of my camera.
Funky fist.
Anyway,
Come back.
It doesn't matter. He's not in the scene anyway.
Come back, Zerg.
We don't need him.
apologies, everyone, for that. That was unfortunate. But we were discussing things here with Lieutenant Constable Madrad about the adventures that Mistress Dustlight has been getting up to in Moonstone Hall, what we found down there. And as we left off, she had just read the translated. Let me get all my stupid PDFs and everything back up. And I'm pretty sure I have everything open now. I think we're good. I got Sirenscape, I got music, I got the adventure, I have Roll20, and I have tokens, and I have streaming, and I have cameras. Okay, I think we're good. She'd read this, realized that not only do demons and ghosts exist, human sacrifices to summon demons are happening immediately below her city. Well, were happening immediately below
Also,
her
dinosaurs.
city.
That's what I was gonna say. Before we cut
We're
out.
gonna throw dinosaurs out while we're here. While we're here, we're gonna throw dinosaurs out there too.
Also, our circus is on fire.
Also that.
Get to that point yet, though.
We hadn't gotten to that yet, yeah. So after reading through that, by then Reginald, the scribe, would have successfully translated a second passage. The thing that was written in Catfolk, it was written in Amuran. And as she looks at that, as far as I can tell, this just looks to be a shopping list, a strange one, admittedly. But here, you said you couldn't read this before, could you, Sobin?
I couldn't, but I could get the gist of it.
Well, maybe this will mean anything to you. And she hides it over to you, or hands it over to you, and it does really look like a shopping list. Rather than crossing out the words, because on yours you had a list of things with much stuff crossed out, the scribe has notated next to them which ones were struck out in the original document. But it has a list of reliquary gemstones, incenses, rare balms and solutions, going down a bunch of strange, somewhat valuable sounding things on her list that are almost exclusively crossed out. There are only 4 that are not. Ghost's Diadem, Goblet, Healing Balm, and White Stole.
This could be one of two things. One, it could be... I imagine it's the thing she plundered. And what's left is what she didn't get to yet.
Yeah, everything on there does seem like it would have some value, to be sure. But it does seem a very odd collection of items. That would be fitting, perhaps. I think she's found in Moonstone Hall, maybe. Does any of it mean anything to you?
I would know if the 4 crossed out that aren't crossed out because those are items in our possession gifted to us by that ghost.
You would hold your hand out and take the list back from you. So, Ghost's Diadem?
Yes, our druid is currently in possession of that. It was gifted to her by the ghost Soul, a former caretaker of the place.
So nothing about this today is going to be simple, then, is it?
No,
is there anything
nothing
else that
is.
we are going to be translating here? Are these...
No, I believe that is the extent of our evidence.
well,
Well,
then,
they did also attack our camps today.
It is currently on fire.
your camp is on fire and you're here.
Well, it's not on fire anymore. It's more smoldering.
Yeah, so unfortunately we walked back to it, and it was a sad sight, I tell you.
Reginald, thank you for your assistance. You are dismissed. And Reginald would stand, gather up his various dictionaries and translation tomes, and bow his head to her and then to you and head out of the room. The demons did this?
The Trogs did this, summoned the demons, and I believe that Mr. Dustlight provided sacrifice for the Trogs to, well, sacrifice.
No, I'm sorry, the fires. The campground.
No. Mr. Dustlight does this. This list of mastery.
Well, this is a lot to process, admittedly. These claims of ghosts and summoned demons and trogs, ritual sacrifices, but through all of that, not that it's not, I suppose, unbelievable isn't the word I'm looking for, although it is quite literally unbelievable. Of course, I'll verify this myself. I'll have to figure out what exactly we can do here, because if there's, again, cults and demons and ghosts down in Moonstone Hall, I don't know that it's safe to send guards down there, but you said it's cleared as far as you can tell.
Yes, although I wouldn't fuck with the statue down there. That's something we didn't fuck with. Also, not for lack of trying from some people. There is one
we wouldn't have to warn her off of it if we had figured out what it had done.
Well, there is one statue carrying a goblet. Just don't fuck with that. I'm probably fine.
Well, as I've said, today is a slapdash and very busy day for me, unfortunately. But with all this that you've given me, which is a lot, and the testimony of Mr. Crescent here, I figure this is, well, a reasonable burden of evidence. Truth be told, this is not the first I have heard of possible misgivings on behalf of Mistress Dusklight and some of her employees, but this is certainly the most brash. So, tell me exactly what happened, and you can, assuming there's nothing you need to leave out, just tell her the details of the attack.
Yes. Yep.
Alright, you've done a lot for me so far, and I put some trust in you to head down into Moonstone Hall and, well, clear out this plot of land, and admittedly, I find myself near stupefied by your efficiency. I had no idea of what there was down in Moonstone Hall, and I hope that you don't believe I sent you down there for any kind of ulterior motives. I frankly still don't know what to make of your report on that front.
Well, even if you did, I mean, we had quite a good time. Well, some of us more than others, but at least Zerg had a great time killing some of the trogs.
Zerg had a very good time, yes.
Well, I'm still uncertain on what exactly a trog is. It does seem like that is for the best of Escadar. Look, I'll be direct with you. Here's the concern. There's a lot going on in Escadar right now, and even more now with what you've told me of Moonstone Hall. I really don't have any men to spare to arrest the Dusklight. It's just not, well, and she just kind of gestures to the letter in the shopping list. With the circumstances of this, though it does seem right urgent, it's not something that's going to be at the very top of the commissioner's priorities, because I imagine he's going to see it much the same way that I do. As, well, again, unbelievable is exactly the right word for it. So,
well, I suppose we could help you out again. You know, we are, quite, we've been helpful before, and it could do you a favor. You have been very helpful to us.
Here is my concerns with this. I, as Lieutenant Constable, do have the ability to deputize you to deliver the warrant of arrest to Mistress Dusklight. That said, should something go wrong, the responsibility also comes back my direction. You understand?
Right.
Well, you could also just look the other way as we go and apprehend her, and things as they go along. It would really just be moving things along a little bit quicker. I know how you have so much to do.
I wouldn't ask it of you.
And she just kind of looks.
I would.
But I would very much like to take on this task for personal reasons. I understand that I do have a bias, but it is one I would still be happy to carry out.
Here's the best that I can offer. I hadn't constables to spare to clear land. I hadn't constables to spare to properly explore Moonstone Hall, though. With the reports you've given me, perhaps that is for the best. I will form together some writs, formally giving you the power of the city to deliver this warrant to Mistress Dusklight. Now, it goes without saying that this is a warrant for her arrest, not for her head. This isn't a bounty. Though, given what you've told me about these, again, human sacrifices and demons and whatever she seems to be involved in, I can't even begin to imagine how this is going to go. And I would much rather see her head than yours.
I understand.
Do you? This is a risk I'm taking. I'll need some time to prepare this. And I won't be able to finalize it until tomorrow morning. So if you can meet me sometime, maybe a few hours after sunrise, perhaps 10.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll have the paperwork in order for you, formally deputizing you to act as temporary constables for the city of Escadar. And I'll have a proper warrant for you to deliver to the Celestial Menagerie and to Mistress Dusklight. Now, normally, I would have a full list of conditions, writs, and, well, status quo is to uphold here, but honestly, this whole situation clearly goes so far beyond our standard procedures and training that I still don't even know that I fully understand how to grasp it properly. And again, this may be working out the best for everyone, that you somehow seem not out of your depth here. If you survive demons and cultists, I can't imagine the public circus grounds can do much worse.
Quite right, quite right.
Very well then. I'll have it done. I'll have them ordered, stamped, and approved. Meet me back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. You'll be seen right back.
Sounds good.
Now, I hesitate to ask, is there anything else that I should know? Or have we truly covered all of it?
No, I believe I've been forthright about all of it.
Very well then. Selwyn?
Constable?
Best of luck. And do, please, with whatever power you have, try to keep this from bloodshed. I have enough internal difficulties on my plate already.
Right. No, I'm almost certain it'll come to bloodshed, but I'll do my best to bring Dustlight back to you alive.
Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take, given, again, just gestures at the letter, this circumstances. You may go.
Thank you.
And
I'll leave.
As Blue stands up, he would bow one more time. I do very much regret the circumstances of our meeting, Miss Medrad, but it has been a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he would turn and follow you.
I would also scooch along after.
So, a group of you head back out into Escadar.
I'll hum a tune while we're going back.
What do you do? Blue just snaps his fingers. Damn. Of all the things that we got from that strange fella, I didn't think to ask if he had any smokable swords.
I don't know if you would trust those anyways, but...
It does sound
regardless,
funny.
I certainly need to make a few purchases of my own in town at a much more traditional shop if I have any say of it. You're welcome to tag along, or I can meet you back at the campgrounds.
I'll head back to the camp as soon as possible. People need to know.
Fair enough. So, after what would be about an hour or two, the sun's starting to hang a little low. Around supper time, realistically, Selwyn and Barkbeard would make their way back out to the circus grounds to meet back with the rest of the party.
Greetings, everyone. Leaf. Where's Leaf?
Ara's in the center of the camp now, setting up what looks like to be. He wants to put on a little show, so he's trying to get some of the roustabouts to help him set one up.
Leaf, I have a favor to ask.
Yeah.
I got these armor runes. Can you help them into the armors they need to go into?
Yeah.
All right.
That sounds easy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything sounds easy.
Yeah. There's one for you. There's one for me. There's one for Sir. And there's one for Arbus.
Not one for Barkbeard?
No, you got something else.
Oh. Sucks to be him. He's not part of the group.
What does it do?
It makes it harder to hit you, so to speak.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yes.
It's quiet, yes.
Now, Barkbeard good, and I'll gesture to the braces he's probably wearing, I imagine. Those.
Yes, they're quite dashing.
But for someone like him who doesn't wear armor, it seemed the right move. Now, I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is I sold all of our items. The bad news is I spent all the money we got for those items.
Oh, but we got some cool stuff. Even if the person we got them from is
extremely cool. I agree.
Really an iffy character.
Sounds like you guys had an adventure.
We did.
It was.
We also spoke to Medrad. You both remember him? Her, sorry.
Yeah, the nice constable lady.
Right. Yes, I was actually about to ask if you did remember her. Sir, is Sir around?
Is Zerg around?
I would have tried to rope Zerg to help me set up the show.
Oh no, you muted. Oh no, we need Zerg.
Sorry.
Zerg, hey.
I need Zerg.
Zerg, sure he is. He's right there.
So Zerg is around, yes.
Zerg's here.
All right. Zerg, there's also an armament for you. Well, make your armor more potent. Now, I presented all the evidence we had to Medrad, and I've got great news. We'll be formally deputized tomorrow. And I'll go fuck up that cat.
Deputize?
Yes, we'll be cops, so to speak.
What's it?
Police. Guardsmen.
The guard.
Why
I walk over, I take a leaf, and I pin it to Arvis's shirt. That.
But the
badge.
That says is a leaf?
Oh, use your imagination. It's a badge.
You know how the city have people upholding the law. I understand you do not follow those laws typically, but
No, I try not to. The wind tells me where.
Right. But there's those who uphold that. This is what we'll be a part of for a temporary duration as we go in and arrest Dustlight. It'll give us the right to go in there and tell her.
I do not need the rights to anything. I am the Stormborn. I can.
Right, but the Stormborn does get interrupted quite a bit if the constabulary is on our asses. God damn it. Maybe Ramadas will give me strength in my darkest hour.
I trust you, Stalwin. We will.
Right. Well, we'll get that in the morning. For today, I'll also pull up the wounding rune. Alright, can you put this into my sword as well?
I'm going to need help. That's a lot of stuff to do.
So, transferring a rune from a rune stone, which is everything you got from Southside Todd, from a rune stone to a weapon or a piece of armor takes one person 1 day.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
If you want to transfer 4 armor runes and a wounding rune, it's going to take you 5 days to prepare things. If it's just Ara doing it.
Okay, so we can all do it.
Yeah, you only need to be trained in crafting. You don't need to be able to do magical crafting or whatever to transfer runes. You just have to be able to make the check.
What if you're not trained in crafting?
Then you can't do it.
Shit!
That said, you are at a circus with plenty of other people who could help to assist you, so someone could step in for Arvis.
I'm sure Sniggles could help.
Yeah, I also kind of craft.
Sniggles, Lish and Cullum could also do it, so they could help you out. Speaking of, at some point while you are there at the camp, Lish would, or rather Cullum would come find you. Hey, I want to right mess with that nonsense earlier.
Sorry?
Oh, everything. Well, whatever it was that happened. People with masks and clubs and torches showed up. They hid in the cave until it blew over, but he just kind of looks around and gestures at the camp. Looks like it was a right mess.
It was, yeah. We weren't here, but we heard it was.
No, wise words. But anyway, you gave us a couple of things to look through, and, well, then you disappeared on us. Well, I forget what a lot of it was. And he, pulls a bag around and starts pulling out some of all the little bottles you had given him before. And so you have... Are you ready, kids?
Give me a moment. I will be. All right, ready?
You have a potion of invisibility, which is exactly like the second level invisibility spell. You have 1 dose of Satilish oil, which is an injury poison. You can poison a weapon with that. It does some damages. You have a lesser elixir of life. You have a potion of quickness.
All right.
And then, because these have been hoarded for so ridiculously long, give me 1 moment, because I need the PDF for the first book. You have... It says 4 potions on this page. Aha! Another lesser elixir of life, so you had 2 of those total. These are the ones that you took from Tilvy's room, actually.
Yeah.
Another elixir of life. One of them is just belladonna poison. And 2 of them are just very strong spirits. Not potions or poisons at all.
Sweet. I'll fail my tankard.
And with that, Tom kind of hands you the bag over. So, this whole circus showing nonsense thing. How often do you do that?
Not often, especially not after what's going to happen soon.
Oh, I see. This is an opposite approach to what I thought you were taking. I figured we'd be up and leaving, moving somewhere else, with less fires and big men with clubs.
Oh, we're gonna kill that fucking cat. Oh, kill, maim, bring in.
Well, on the one hand, I mean, call it a stereotype, but I'm certainly never gonna disapprove of killing any cats. But, I feel I don't have the requisite knowledge to understand exactly what's going on. Maybe a little bit too new to this particular show, so we'll just stay out of here and leave you to it. But you did tell us this wasn't going to be danger.
Well, we didn't think there was going to be. You can't account for all things. Speaking of, for us to ensure there won't be danger, can you and your EOS help us put some runes into our armor so we can go fuck up that cat?
Runes? I don't think I've ever messed much with runes, but it's pre-made magic. Is it not just transfer the thing over to whatever it is you want it to? I understand a little of it. It can't be that complicated. If we can figure out potions and poisons, surely we can do that. Sure, why not? We got nothing else going on. So, is there anything else that the group of you want from today?
No, I want to hop to bed and really excited for what's going to happen. I'd like to get to their bronze at least.
Really excited.
So ready to beat some ass.
Yeah.
It's go time. So, the next morning, you wake up, readying your spells and everything, and your morning meals as you always do. Around 10, at least Selwyn will be in town to quickly meet with Lieutenant Constable, get all your proper authorizations, the warrant for Mr. Dustlight's arrests, and the various writs signed and in order. Throughout the day, anybody who is at least trained in crafting, which are there at least 2 of you? I know Ara's obviously great at it.
Great.
Is it just Ara?
Yep.
Fuck! I thought we had other people.
Can we hire someone?
So you have
to help?
Ara, Kalim, Lish, and Sniggles, who can all do one.
What about Ulva?
And, I mean, Sig, your bearded man, he's kind of like the head roustabout. He can
did
roll
it last
for
time.
it. He can roll for it.
He's the one that put the rune in this
Yeah, he did
someone's
it the
sword.
first time.
Oh, there you go.
He did the
I heard
first
that.
one.
My aspiration.
Okie dokie.
I aspire to
This
be
is
as good as he is.
a 5th level DC, you say? That's a solid DC 20. So if you want to give it a Sig, because he's really the only one around that can really help you out with it, you're a master in crafting, Ara, and the 3 rats basically can't fail. So the only one I'm going to roll, and I'll let you choose what rune it is for, is whether Sig succeeds.
The weapon rune.
Armor. No. I'd rather have him roll my own armor rune than the fucking weapon rune.
So you want your armor in?
Suppose.
Alrighty. Sig Jones. Go for the DC 20.
Huh.
Can I spend a hero point
I
or
will-
session?
I will
So-
let you spend your session roll on Sig here.
Come on, Sig, you got a plus 13. Hell yeah! What a
He's
god.
in there.
Nice.
He's got him. So over the course of the day, by the time the sun was going down around 8 in the evening, you would have +1 runes in all of your armor except Barkbeard, who has the bracers, which means everybody's armor class is increased by 1. I believe there is a field on the character sheet
Well, item
that
bonus,
is the
yes.
item. It is just an increase to your item bonus.
Okay.
So that just pops up 1.
Sweet.
And as well, Selwyn gets that wounding rune in her sword. So you have +1 wounding striking short sword with your rings of doubling to go very stabby with.
Mm-hmm.
So it is late in the evening as the sun is going down. You would know, as you had worked for them for some time, that this this is the time the Celestial Menagerie is open to the public. Pretty much every day at sundown, they open up their sideshow, their midways, and sell tickets for the evening show. This would be the time that it would be the most packed and filled with the public. If you were wanting to go in when it was empty and hopefully less guarded, it would be literally any time but now. But if you wanted to slip in when they were mid-show, this would be the time.
I don't think we should slip to their level. I think we should wait till the morning.
But it would be, I mean, imagine if we sent Mr. Batsky and...
Right, but what if you cast a lightning bolt, you hit a civilian?
They tried to burn my wolves, Selwyn.
I understand, but we can't endanger innocence.
I know. It's just, I'm very angry.
We're all angry, Arbus. We gotta wait.
I'm mostly excited, but yes.
Okay.
Excited with a tinge of angry in there.
Mostly like murderous rage, but yes.
So, the next morning, that fateful toil day, you wake up a little before the sun, readying yourselves, I imagine, much as you did to head into Moonstone Hall or into the Hermitage or any of the other times you've just been assuming you're getting ready to go fight for your lives, hopefully, at least in Selwyn's case. But this is a little bit of a different situation. This is the Celestial Menagerie, and you've all got a pretty storied history with them, regardless of how unpleasant it may be. So, before we head over, Selwyn, as you awaken that morning, knowing at least, or hoping perhaps, what may happen, what does your morning look like?
I am writing some poems, reading my mask, doing a few extra engravings, probably a couple of vials just in case of lizard's blood.
Kind of alone in your own wagon, just getting in the mind, focusing. What about you, Arbus?
I would spend some extra time with my wolf children this morning, feeling bad not being there for them. But most of it quietly, eyes closed in the tree, just listening to the wind and nature, just getting ready for what's to come.
Barkbeard?
I'm going to be relishing in the sunlight. After being inside for so long, and probably going back into, like, I don't know how inside it's actually going to be. And so all of my leaves that had kind of curled over a little bit in the Moonstone Hall are going to be opening back up, and I'll just be relishing, focusing back in and relishing the sunlight that I had been kind of starving from. You know, the usual.
It's difficult to be a Leshy in an underground cave for several days. Or at least unpleasant. So, we'll come back to Zerg for now, because I feel like Zerg is, well, angry. Ara?
Ara has actually already made his way into Selwyn's wagon. Hey, Selwyn.
What's up?
Can I see your armor and your favorite weapon for a moment?
All right, sure. This should be interesting.
All right, so I take her armor and her weapon outside, and I spin.
Did you give him to him? He just walks off with them immediately.
Come back a minute later.
No, I'm walking out with you.
Oh, well, that's fine. I just have them spread out, and you just see me working. And when I hand you back your weapon, there's a little tiny carved piece of wood that looks like you stabbing forward, as there's now a Bloodseeker beak talisman attached to it.
Aww.
And on your armor, there's one of a little gnome trying to be as sneaky as possible, and it's an Onyx Panther talisman attached to it.
Sweet.
That's cool.
you go sell one.
Thanks. What does it do?
Well, the one right here on your weapon, the stabby sell one, makes sell one stab more.
Okay.
And the one on your armor, the sneaky sell one, makes sell one sneak more.
Right. Okay. I see.
So, out of character, it's
Yeah. I must have I just wanted to
I got you.
Yeah.
We've been playing this campaign for 27 sessions. I speak idiot Leshy at this point.
Someone has to. And then I go sit myself in front of the fire. Somewhere.
Zerg.
Zerg is, he's working out. Just lifting some weights. Has procured a few bottles of oil. One is going in the bandolier. Just a little bottle of oil in the bandolier. The others are just sort of getting shoved into various meaty sections. Coated in a nice, even, glossy finish, and just quietly, very quietly.
They may have made a mistake hurting Ilva. They didn't know it at the time.
They may have made a mistake.
They didn't know it at the time, but they may have chosen poorly. With your...
Everybody makes mistakes. Just some people only have the chance to make one.
Oh boy, that sounds like a threat.
Well, that's probably on account of the way it is, I would imagine.
I'm excited. I'm pumped.
I'm pretty excited now too, honestly.
So as the sun starts to rise and Arabis, their magic's ready, Selwyn and Zerg, their weapons, Zerg's weapons, of course, just being his guns. Barkbeard, waiting out in the light. The group of you have a pretty direct goal here. And without further ado, you strike out to the Celestial Menagerie. You know where it is. It's not exactly hidden. You have to pass through about the whole of the city to get there, as they're on the southeastern end of Escadar, and you're to the west, past the city from when you'd camped by Aberton. You saw it all as you passed by originally. And it's got a pretty decent, sprawling campground across a huge plot, centered in a fairly neatly maintained forest in the southern edge of the city. You know exactly where you're going. You're all familiar enough with what there was that laid inside the walls. And as the group of you head around to the southern approach, knowing that like pretty much any amusement park, all the ticketing and personage is handled through one single entrance on the southern side. You go around the well-manicured bushes and trees, weaving throughout the outsides of the menagerie, set with small glowing lights of different colors, giving an almost whimsical aura around them. And as you come around to the doorway, you can see that there are a pair of fairly large, churlish bouncers on either side of the closed gate, on a slightly ajar gate. The bushes give way to this wrought iron at the front with the word Celestial Menagerie built across it in bold, gilded letters, and a wooden sign extending even above that, decorated with various winged animals, says, "The delights of Nirvana await." What are you all doing as you're coming around to the campgrounds here, Selwyn?
I am seeking.
You're looking real hard. Are you near the front, or?
I will be at the front, yes.
How about you, Arbus?
Seeking as well. Looking around, seeing if there's any kind of defenses as we approach.
Okay. And to you, Barkbeard.
And Zerg's energy is a little bit contagious. So Barkbeard's actually going to be like dragging his feet. Like his roots are almost partially like already rooted, how he would normally do in stance. So he's just dragging his feet, and his shield that's normally attached to him. Normally he just carries it around because it is park. He just has it in front of him. And he's ready. Like you can feel the energy kind of seeping off Zerg, and the energy is getting absorbed by Barkbeard, and he's like the hype man now.
Fair enough.
I'm shielding.
Well, Zerg. What are you doing?
Hyping himself up. He's, not quite ready to explode yet, but we're fucking building. We're getting there. As he walks up, fists clenched, shoulders tight, like he's ready to go.
And Ara.
Ara's actually going to be keeping an eye out for any danger at all. He's ready for someone to jump out. He knows how scary the menagerie is.
Do scouting, you'd say?
Yep.
Alrighty. So you also, I know you did have a drained condition on you from the area before. You've rested for a few nights now, so that would certainly be gone. You're no longer drained 1.
Let me get rid of
I don't know if you've dealt with that already, but that drained goes down by 1 every time you rest for the evening.
I completely forgot about that.
As you approach the gates, these 2 gentlemen here look across the group of you, and Selwyn, you got your demon mask on?
I have it on me. I haven't pulled it down yet.
Not on your face at the moment.
No.
The one on the left of the gate will look across to you and Zerg, who I imagine in the front, and kind of sneer in a bit. There, look at this one, Othok. They coming to get the beatings themselves. And the other man kind of steps forward and puts a hand out. Aye. You ain't welcome here. Scoot if you know what's best for you.
Gentlemen, I'll give you exactly 1 moment, 1 chance, 1 opportunity to fuck off as soon as possible. And I'll use group coercion.
Right. Shit.
It's gonna be a 1 lower. 35.
What they, 35 is pretty freaking good. That critically succeeds.
Fuck off.
Critical success here. They're both surprisingly scared. And Lothar kind of looks back over. We can't let you in.
Well, that's too bad. We're going in.
No. And he just kind of starts reaching for. You can see he's got a big old club next to him at the edge of the gate in the tree line here, like he was ready for possibly something.
I really sure want to do this.
And Vertog, looking down at you, steps forward a bit. The sweat running down next to his eyebrow. You gonna make something of it, are you?
I punch him.
I was gonna say, can I step in?
It's too late. You said it.
I was about to say, I want to step in. I wanted to try to group coercion him too.
Okay.
I mean, Zerg said punch first.
Mana's about to punch. I walk forward. I want to produce flames straight up in the air. It's like, I don't want to make something of it because I can't hold back, and I'm very angry right now. And I want to try to group coercion him. With Zerg rearing up the punch. With a 31.
With them already frightened too, that critically succeeds again.
Oh my god.
So Old Thought pulls his hand back. Aye. Fine. Ain't nothing for you here.
Oh, that is why you're so very wrong. And we'll start walking.
So, Here, friends. This is the Celestial Menagerie. As they are going to open the gate up for you and stand aside. Gonna nuggetize everybody. Oh, thank you, Shemu. Oh, Bryn, you're awful. So that I can drag everybody in as easily as possible.
I do try, yes.
Just
So
on the
you-
way through the through the gate as we pass them, Zerg's just kind of gonna like fake him out, like.
He's gonna shy back and put his hands up. He doesn't want none. He doesn't want none. So you move past the ticket, past the front gate here, and up to the entrance of the menagerie grounds. It looks, it's been reorganized a bit. It's laid out a little differently than you remember, but the front of it seems to largely be the same. Directly ahead of you is the ticket booth, a fairly simple white plywood painted hut decorated with images of animal-headed angels bearing colorful streamers and musical instruments. You know, the midway resides over on your left, where they have all kinds of variously rigged games for their carnival goers to partake in. And this would be a part of the showgrounds that Selwyn would have probably had a lot of hand in managing while she was here. And over to your right, Arbus, you would certainly know the Glen of Uncommon Wonders, which was where Mr. Stusslight kept a lot of her prized animals and creatures in certainly less than good conditions.
So, Arbus, while we're here, do you want to cause some havoc and free some animals?
Done it before. I wouldn't mind doing it again.
I'll begin walking to the right. And I'll pull down my mask now.
So with your mask down, as the group of you come over towards this area, as you come into this kind of sheltered little glade, still more surrounded by trees and bushes and a forested area, more than by actual walls, you can see that each of these cages is filled with a different mythical creature of some kind.
You know what? That's not a unicorn, but I'll take the Pegasus.
The nearest, is a woman who appears to be wearing leaves and foliage as clothes. Her skin almost looking as wood and bark-like as, well, your Leshy's, but she looks decidedly more human. Inside her small enclosure, she has a shrub in a simple clay pot that seems to be wilting, and she is back in one corner of the cage as far back as possible from the front with her little shrub in the other. And yes, indeed, the second of the cages certainly contains a winged white horse. Pretty large with massive feathered, almost eagle, almost angelic wings folded at his sides as he stands in this cage just kind of lazily. The third is a much more terrifying beast. What looks almost like a lion, but with sharp, rigid, striped spines extending around his mane and from his elbows, and fleshy, near draconic or bat-like wings extending from his back, his tail ending in a flurry of oversized barbs.
Well.
Oh.
And as a group of you head in, you would hear the gentle notes of a panpipe or a pan flute playing from the center of the area. Before, dressed with a bright purple shirt and a jacket drawn over a fairly normal-looking torso, save for the curling ram-like horns branching from his forehead. The creature half man and half seemingly goat prances out from behind this tree, playing this strange tune. Behold, the Glen of Uncommon Wonders, as he steps back from behind, playing a riff on this flute accent, and stepping back around the base of this massive willow tree, pushing its fronds away with a dramatic gesture into clear view. Feast your eyes on our celestial sights. Converse with the winged keeper of wisdom, the talking Pegasus. Admire the sylvan beauty, our delightful dryad. Cower in fear from this caged monstrosity, the savage manticore. And he blows another riff on the pipes and waves them with a flourish, smiling towards the group. Or perhaps your patrons have more refined taste. Couldn't stay away, could you? All of you would recognize Chell, a satyr who Arbus, that's the wrong, I meant to show the name, not the bar, who Arbus would have worked with fairly extensively, probably underneath his command, who runs this section of the area. And all of you, even if it's a small amount of passing interactions you've had with him, know that he, whether this is just how satyrs are, whether Chell himself is just borderline insane, he is very, very into his job. You know, he thoroughly enjoys his home here, displaying these wonders to the audience as they come by, and playing his pipes for all that would come around.
I'll ignore him and walk up to the Sylvan. Or the Fae.
I'm with Selwyn.
Where's Dusklight, y'all?
As you, everyone kind of steps towards the cage here, and Arbus steps up to address him directly. He'd turn to you. Oh! Well, she's at the back of the Heavenly Gallery. She's rearranged things, you see? Somewhat expected that, well, you might come knocking with some of your number. She's arranged a test of sorts, a gauntlet to reach her. Many of her great new shows and delights, strung one past the other before her chambers.
This is not a game. She tried to come and burn my wolves. We weren't doing anything to you.
And I, similarly, have done nothing to you. Arbus, I know that you care deeply for all of these creatures contained here, and as Selwyn and I are looking over the cage that is pretty solidly locked up there, the delightful dryad Veronel here, an ancient from the Verudin forest, brought here to show her wonders, her control of nature, her strange yet magnificent form.
I'll ask her into Sylvan if she's okay.
And she would look out at you almost with a surprised look on her face as you address her. And just
isn't looking too great in there.
Yeah, look at Shaw and look back to you. Have you come to free me?
I say in Sylvan, yes.
That is your wish?
Please. And she gestures towards the potted shrub next to her. Please, they've cursed me with this. It's wilting here, as am I. This... I have to return. I can't stay here. And, Joe would pull his pan flute out and just kind of start playing some pipes again, just seemingly enjoying himself, just riffing on the pan flute as they're all standing around. Now, the
I'll
gate...
start walking towards the Pegasus.
Yeah. Well, as he plays and sees you approach, he kind of just turns away from, He turns away from Veronel here and over towards the Pegasus. And, as you approach, yes! A majestic Pegasus. A horse blessed with the intelligence of you, or I, Miss Dancer. Here, Arbus, even you, I think, would approve of his conditions. He enjoys the show, as do I.
But they are not meant for these cages. You must know this.
And Miss Dancer would step up towards the edge of the cage and just kind of huff. Those who set their sights high achieve wondrous goals. So he kind of turns his head to the side, standing in a clearly practiced and somewhat magnificent looking pose there.
And a bird within a cage holds no beauty at all. Are you sure you're, you okay?
Who, perchance, is one so small to believe her wisdom universal upon the world?
An excellent question, but not an answer to what I asked you. Surely you'd be happier given, well, I'll gesture, not this.
Please.
Can I interest you in your job?
And Shaw kind of totters over again. I think he very well has a job, and a fine one at that, one that he so enjoys. Miss Dancer loves the attention, the praise, the awe showered upon him by the crowds, though these are usually his resting hours.
Well, yes, but surely. Let's assume same conditions, but no cage. Is that not a preferable situation to be in?
And he would just pick his flute back up and just start tooting away again.
Would I know? Is there anything to that flute, the way he manipulates, or is this some kind of magical thing he's doing? I mean, if we got history, I would know something.
You would know that he does play it pretty regularly, and it does seem to have some amount of a calming effect. But beyond that, nothing that you would know.
Okay.
But as he plays this second riff, Selwyn, Zerg, Arabis, and Barkbeard are all going to be overcome with a compulsion to leave. And will just start walking back towards the exit.
Huh?
We can't resist this in any way, shape, or form?
You
I
feel
assume, he made hidden rolls.
Shit.
Guys,
So I can
where are you
give
going?
Each of you,
I
as he
was like,
plays his pipes, would kind of realize that this isn't really the way you want to handle things, and this seeking vengeance is really outside, well, what's right or what's appropriate given the time. It's been a year since you've been at the menagerie, and these animals seem happy enough, and perhaps things have changed, and that you should go home. And you are magically compelled to believe and act on these things.
May have gotten carried away with Zerg's drive here.
Guys?
What?
Where are you going?
I'll leave.
I thought we were going to free the animals.
I think I'm hungry.
So when you promised you would free the dryad.
And
Huh?
Joe will call out, "Please, when next you wish to feast your sights upon the magical beings contained in Nirvana, do stop by." And
Alright, I'm annoyed. I'm actually going to just attack him.
Oh. Oh man, Aura's pissed.
okay, what are you doing?
Oh, first I'm gonna start simple and just throw a seed pod at him.
Just
Oh no. You never open with a sea pod?
I'm gonna open with a seed pod, tell him to
just
stop it.
whacking away. Arj flings a seed pod on the show.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll just give it to you. Make me an attack roll.
Oh.
Oh man, nearly on 18 there.
Yeah, he doesn't good. Just stop it.
So yeah, you just kind of fling it by him, and again, as that kind of misses, he sort of ducks around it. He picks his pan pipe back up. Oh, please, that's the one. You of all to be so consumed by violence, and he will again play a riff on his pipes. And Ara, make me a will save. And everyone else has already failed.
It is.
God damn it.
It is an emotion effect, right?
It is let me double check. I believe. It is not an emotion effect.
Really?
No, it's just enchantment and mental.
Huh. Oh, 27.
And as he plays the flutes, you're also kind of overcome with this feeling that, well, maybe we shouldn't throw seed pods at this very nice man. And I should follow literally all of my friends, who certainly know better than me.
They don't know
And
better
head
than
home.
me.
Well, but you're magically compelled to think that.
Well, that was a good day, guys. I really feel like we've accomplished a lot.
So,
Job done, yes.
That's
Mission accomplished.
very
so
easy.
the group of
Grab
you-
some. We should grab some food on the way back.
I'm so hungry.
The group of you head back out of the Celestial Menagerie's grounds, past the still frightened, very confused bouncers at the front gate, who are absolutely unclear on what on earth is going on. But as you just leave, head back out into the streets of Escadar, back across the town, and finally back to your campgrounds, the suggestion to go home is fulfilled, and the compulsion leaves your mind.
Fuck.
Hey, wait a second.
That's how he does it. The fucking flute.
Yeah,
We
we're
didn't
killing him.
get any food.
Okay, we're going, but I'll
turn around
fucking
and
take
start
off
walking
running.
back.
No, I'll start running.
I'm
cast-
right behind someone.
I was about to say, I cast long shot on myself and start running as well.
God damn it! I'm so pissed. I'm spitting on myself.
I rolled. Oh my god! Almost everyone made the save against the first effect. Ironically, except Ara, who it was just so everyone else thought he was perfectly friendly, and then I rolled a 2, an 11, and a 12, and then a 15 for Ara on the second will save against the suggestion, and literally everyone failed immediately except Ara.
God damn it.
So, it takes you some time to walk back and then turn around.
We're running.
We're hustling.
And then hustle. You got no space. This is my favorite way this could possibly have turned out. But as you get back to the front gates here, Old Doc and Vertog are still standing there again. Still kind of shaking, a little sweaty. But as you approach, running up this time, they've already got their clubs in their hands. Old Doc raises a hand. They told us you'd be back, and we're not to let you through.
Fuck off, and I'll group curse again. This time the mask is down.
He can't keep getting away with it.
I will fucking hero point for this.
He can't keep getting away with it.
Oh!
He critically succeeds again.
Fuck off.
And Verthog looks over. Old Doc, I'm not gonna fight them. They've heard what they've done. Old Doc looks. Just kind of holds his stick up, shakily, looking at you.
I'm running right past them if they don't stop me.
Back off!
As we're walking through with this guy shaking, Zerg's not going to stop moving and just
Oh no! Oh no, the violence!
didn't even look at him. Just still looking through the door. Just
Just like in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want an attack roll?
I
mean, that's an attack.
I will
I am
let
attacking
you.
him.
I will let you make this attack roll, like, before rolling initiative, because they are two of.
I mean, may as well use the session reroll, right?
Session reroll that.
You have a session reroll. Oh, that's bullshit.
But Zerg's swinging at him. It's gonna get him, skittish as they are, on edge enough to swing back at him.
Oh.
Fuckers.
And what is, well, a 19, what's his AC? Might be so. Yeah. It doesn't critically fail, but critically fail, I'll give it to you. But he's super on edge, and as you swing at him, he goes to take a swing. And next week, when we come back, they're both frightened too at the rolling of initiative. But that is most certainly going to be at least somewhat of a battle here. Oh man, that's the best possible way that could have turned out, with clearly everyone immediately failing the suggestion.
Hey, wait a minute.
I gotta say, next week, obviously, we're gonna be doing this Celestial Menagerie arc here. This whole section is probably one of my favorite arcs of a campaign that Paizo has put together. It is absolutely hilarious. At least to run. I think it's hilarious. I'm having a great time. This is only the beginning of the fiesta. It's gonna be the Celestial Menagerie grounds. So sorry we had that power dip and we had to lose an amount of our time there early on, everyone. But it gave us a real good spot. I mean, what we probably would have had is we would be able to just run this fight and then stop with you guys coming back in and marching right over to that frickin' satyr to go kick him in his stupid satyr nuts. Oh, it's like my favorite ability ever. Because you don't know he's casting a spell. He can, and it's just toot toot magic flute.
I mean, I even asked. I'm like, does he do anything with this fucking flute that I know?
Yeah, because usually what he would do on the crowds is just cast charm a bunch of times, which just makes people calmer and happier and more engaged. You would never have seen that it had more power than that, because he never would have cast suggestion through it while you were with him. But he can absolutely cast suggestion.
Now it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, thank you, everybody, for hanging out, sticking with our temp problems. Not only we have added a second one, I think, to Selwyn's fucking kill list. We gotta
there's a list.
We're gonna murder the cat. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna go murder a goat boy. But we'll do that next week.
How else will I recruit the
What?
How else will I recruit the Pegasus?
Good night, everybody.